Hey then, welcome back to Suhe Speaks. I am back talking about this movie, which I happened to see twice already. Deadpool and Wolverine. This is going to be the spoiler edition where I'm going to be talking about all the things that we noticed. So if you have not seen this movie, go see the no spoiler one I made earlier. This is the spoiler edition. I am going to go into a lot of things. I want to talk about it. I've seen this twice. I've seen this in Dolby and I saw it in IMAX 3D. And I'll get into both. Which one would I prefer? But without further ado, make sure you like and subscribe and let's get it started. So I loved it in Dolby. That's the first time I saw it. I'm not saying I did not love it in IMAX 3D, but I'm gonna get to it. When I was watching it in Dolby, there were some scenes that were just popping out to me, and I'm just like, whoa, I need to see this in 3D. And there's an IMAX 3D showing that was happening today, and I think this is the only one in the local theater by me. So I ended up going, and I am so happy I did. First of all, I saw the Captain America trailer. It looked amazing in 3D, and I'm like, oh, I need to see this too. So as soon as the movie started, man, the 3D stood out. It was incredible. I mean, I love the Dolby. And there's some drawbacks. I want to talk about the pros and cons. I think the movie was made for the 3D aspect. I couldn't believe some of the scenes I was watching, especially the intro of the bye bye bye. Let's talk about that. That's one of the best, if not the best intro in any movie. And you know Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is going to do some crazy thing. But the fact that he was dancing to this when he was using Logan's adamantium body and just breaking it apart and just killing all the TVA agents, I loved how it pulled you in and out of the whole story. And the Bye 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 was just hilarious. Even me, I'm more of a Backstreet Boy fan, and Bye 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 is NSYNC's best and greatest song. And being in the boy band era, this actually was one of the popular songs. And the fact that he keeps bringing back all these old school songs plays huge on the nostalgia factor. And Ryan Reynolds, he's not making this movie just for his fans. And when I tell you this, this is an epic fan service movie. It's a fun fan service movie, and you cannot stop enjoying moments. And I've seen it twice, and maybe this is just my man crush playing because I admire and I love and I adore both these actors, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. But in terms of quality, these characters were born to play these roles, and they fit perfectly into the costumes. And when you're watching them just have fun, and it truly feels like their friendship in real life is portraying on the screen. I don't think Hugh Jackman is Wolverine like that, but this dude was born to play this role. I mean, they can never be anybody else. I mean, we have imagined Henry Cavill, and he was in this movie, another Easter egg, and it was awesome to see that. It was so cool. And then there were rumors of Daniel Radcliffe, and we went to different versions and alternate versions of Wolverines in this movie. There's so much happening. I think I'm skipping ahead, but all in all, Hugh Jackman is always going to remain the perfect Wolverine. It doesn't matter about the height, the comic book accuracy, but it just how you view Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. We're gonna view the same way with Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, and it's always he delivers since the beginning, since X-Men. He, even though he had imperfect movies because Fox didn't want to make a rated R version. And Ryan Reynolds, who basically gave us a stolen version of this movie. And if he wasn't a star and if it wasn't his movie, oh man, he would have had a lot of legal suit. But Ryan Reynolds, I love you for that. You are bold. You put your heart into it, even though I don't like Green Lantern, everything is forgiven. Like, you gave this to the fans loved it, we roared, and then this movie got made. And I love the first Deadpool. It was awesome. I love Deadpool. I love the troll character, the merc with the mouth, he only talks because he's constantly, his anxiety, his pain, everything is just right there, but he's always trying to lessen with humor, but he's so witty, his one-liners. And Ryan Reynolds, and both of them, it just matches. Like, the moment I heard he was Deadpool, I was just like, just like Channing Tatum Gambit. And another Easter egg in this. Some characters are just perfect. Hugh Jackman, perfect as Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds, perfect as Deadpool. And these both characters come to life in this awesome superhero buddy comedy adventure quest. And when I was going into this movie, I had a lot of questions. I'm like, how are you going to create and make this happen? You know, Logan died. I really like how they didn't bring that version of Logan. They brought the worst version of Wolverine, and I don't think anybody is going to be like, oh my god, this is such a unique concept. It's not a unique concept, and I know people are going to be like, this is not a smart movie, this is not something clever, this is just dumb, all these plots come together. Who the fuck cares? I loved every single moment. From the beginning, you get to see some throwbacks to all old school, and how Ryan Reynolds doesn't just, as Deadpool, doesn't go through the fourth wall, he goes through the fifth. He's interacting with us like we are there. He's bringing pro-culture stuff into it that are just not comic book related. He mentions Loki season 1 episode 5, so we know where Allied came from. It's just the fact that he's playing with the audience in such a fun way. At the same time, he's taking jabs at Fox, Marvel, MCU, Disney, talking about getting paid, talking about so much stuff. It's so much fun that you're just like, yo man, I'm loving every single moment. Like 21 Jump Street is just a fun movie with friends or anybody you want to watch with, and you could talk to people and enjoy the stupidity. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing in superhero world can be perfect, or it could be this amazing version like Infinity War. I still think Infinity War was probably the best movie Marvel has ever created because they lose, and it was done in such a way where our hearts were all racing and the excitement brought us Endgame, and ever since then we've been chasing it. Spider-Man gave us that throwback because it was after COVID and we craved it. We were craving superhero movies. So when the experience came out, it was still a good movie. Nothing against Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. It was an epic movie. And I have this on par with this because it gave me that nostalgia factor. So we're going to go through everything. We see Logan's grave. We have Deadpool recap with everything that happened. He mentions about Cable. We go to his birthday, and we see all his old friends. Not every single one, but a lot of people he went back in the timeline to save and bring back. I enjoyed that fact that they kept connecting everything into the story. So it's just not like Deadpool 1 and 2 didn't exist. It's like the universe was still there. And then that Logan movie was tied to this, that he was the anchor being. And I really enjoyed the fact that they're tying everything that was related to Fox and they are bringing here. And now Deadpool is trying to save his universe, and there's a lot of comedic moments there, especially if you're not comfortable with like cringy, perverted. It is perverted, but it's the guy's humor that I enjoy. My wife went to see this and she liked it, but not to the level I did. And I told her, I'm like, this is my humor. And she's like, yeah, this is your type of humor. It is something where it's supposed to be quick, uncomfortable. At the same time, you just go like, ha, you chuckle, but you laugh and you're like, you know what, this is cool. But it's nothing like, there are boundaries you don't cross. You understand as a human, unless you're very sensitive and everything just pisses you off and you're like, Karen, man, fuck off. Just go. This is not a movie for you. You're gonna go complain in the corner. You see him going through different versions to trying to find this Wolverine to save his universe. And you see a montage of Berserk. You see different Wolverines, even the small comic book accurate one. And then you see Henry Cavill, which was an amazing scene. Amazing scene. And then he does the machine gun loads. That was awesome. Then he ends up finding the worst Wolverine. They get sent to the void, and then this is where I enjoy. I was like, oh, this is going to be an amazing fun movie. Like, I'm already smiling. This is the first experience, and I'm also going to talk about the second one. In second one, I still got that smile, but not first. Jumping off topic, but Chris Evans, and it was the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and I'm just like, oh man, throwback. It's just like, it caught me by surprise, and I love that because you're not only paying attention, you're giving us such fan service for the old school fans, the ones who actually paid the admission to go watch it. Man, I used to stand in line for hours for superhero movies. Man, 300, all these other movies that were back in the day, all you guys are lucky by having reserved. But old timers know, I'm not that old, but people that actually went to the theaters back in the day, we had to buy tickets and show up hours early to get the best seat. We never had anything reserved. It was like first come, first serve. And the movie theaters just get packed. We didn't have any of this technology back then. We freaking were running on dial-up speed. So it's really good that we have this privilege. So I love the fact that he's giving so much fan service to the old school fan, the Fox fans, the one actually seen the old school movies. Then you see Cassandra Nova, who I think was an incredible villain. She was fantastic. I loved her. She was awesome. Then you see different variants of Deadpool, and I really like how they had the pretty nice pool with Ryan Reynolds' face, which led to Elektra, Blade. Oh, Blade was awesome. I did not expect Blade. And then Gambit, oh my god, yo, Channing Tatum, X-23, the fights were amazing. Deadpool versus Wolverine fights, visually incredible. It's such a joy to be a fan and then see this delivery, and I am loving, because you know they can regenerate and they're practically immortal, kind of. And I love the fact that they're like, you know what, we're gonna go crazy, all the blood, all the gore, every single one. I just enjoyed the hell out of it, and you're enjoying it so much because you know these super power freaks are just having the greatest time of their life, I guess. Honda Odyssey fight, oh my, Honda, Kia, you guys, you knew what you were doing. Just the joy, just bringing everything together. The Blake Lively was in there too, his wife. What other cameos am I forgetting? You know, the Juggernaut, the Sabretooth, there was Fyro, there was Toad, Cyclo, there was, what am I forgetting? Lady Deathstrike, she was in there too. Trying to remember, there's a lot of people. I think Rob McAnally was in there too. He was one of the TVA agents. Oh yeah, Matthew McConaughey, I think, was the cowboy, and Nathan Fillion, he was, I think, Deadpool. There's a lot of Easter eggs. I'm not Easter eggs. There's a lot of cameos. His cameos galore. I enjoyed it a lot. Dolby or IMAX 3D. I think if you can bear the sensitivity of IMAX 3D, because I don't wear glasses, so after a while it just got like, you know, I got tired. I wasn't bored, it's just that my eyes got tired and I wasn't enjoying much of that moment. But the graphics in 3D were incredible. It was honestly beautiful and gorgeous. It was more in your face, and IMAX 3D is getting better. Dolby 3D was the best experience I've had so far with 3D, especially the immersive, and I really hope they bring it back with Captain America. I'll actually make it better. But a request to AMC before I cut off, before I go anywhere, and I'm going to talk about all the actors that played. Before anything, AMC, please get rid of Nicole Kidman. Fuck out of here, man. Nobody cares. She's sitting in an empty movie theater. She's more depressing than anything else out there. Like, just get her out of there. She's no longer fun. I'll rather watch the stupid Coca-Cola shit 100 times over Nicole Kidman. We come to this movie theater. No, she doesn't go to movie theater. No, get her out of there. Ryan Reynolds, amazing. Hugh Jackman, amazing. My boy Paradox, I keep forgetting his name, but he just keeps winning. He was fun. Cassandra Nova, she was incredible. I think she really stole most of the movie. To me, I didn't expect her to be there, and Omega Mutant, oh my god, you really saw the Omega. Like, that's why I love Legion, is because Legion can play in terms of this, but even more. But Cassandra Nova, she was incredible. Such a powerful mutant. And some people might argue, but like, she died in a really weird way. I mean, she could have died when he put the Juggernaut helmet on, but she died in a way where most of the Immortals would die, trying to gain more power, and something righteous beats you. Coming back to that, all the jokes, I call them bro jokes because bros will get it, and they actually talk like that to each other. It's weird, but it's just a way, being uncomfortable or trying to make your friends uncomfortable for finding joy in that. It's just something guys just do, and we just like to have that one hitter. And this is why Deadpool and Wolverine is such close to my heart. This is my Barbie. I really, really enjoyed every single moment. I loved all the cameos that were there. It really threw me back to being a fan. Like, I'm glad Fox sold this to Disney, and I'm glad that Disney decided to do this R-rated. It's still insane. Even though I saw this again, I am still shocked to hear or see the fact that Disney is associated with this movie, because nothing screams Disney about this movie. It is definitely a new direction they're going in, and I hope they keep crossing this direction. And I know for a fact that Wolverine is gonna be here for 90 more years. I mean, he's 200 already, so what's another 90 years? But honestly, why was Thor crying? Like, I think that is the one question on every single person's mind that's seen this movie. Why was he crying? I guess we'll find out in Deadpool 4. There's rumors that both Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds want to team up with Tom Holland and beat him up. So that'll be fun because, you know, in comics, Secret Wars, Spider-Man does lead the X-Men, Fantastic Four, you know, that's with Dr. Doom and everything. So that is a possibility too. And we're still waiting for why Thor dies. And it was the same version as how Loki was when Thor was holding him. So it's interesting when this parody is going to be made. But yeah, what do you think about this movie? Have you seen this? Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below. I saw this twice already. This is Dune. It's still the movie of the year, but such a close second. And cinematically, Dune wins. This movie was so much fun. I can't wait to see this again for the third time. I really can't. So IMAX 3D, Dolby, either one, top tier choice for this movie. You'll have fun. Go see this movie. It is a must watch. It is my perfect 5 out of 5 type of movie. I really enjoyed this. This is the type of movie I wait for all year, and I've been waiting for this movie for a long time, and I paid admission twice, so I am going to probably do it the third time again because I can't get enough right now. I'll see you later. Peace out.